Right, Gabby, before I go to Jack, the very angry Spurs fan, obviously we're watching Spurs today as well, and I ended up just switching off from it, mate. It's just, again and again, inconsistencies from Tottenham all over the park. Not good enough. Performances from Son again, woeful. Yeah. Can't score. What did you make of them?
I think, first of all, mate, I want to go into midweek. You know, I put a bet on, heard the odds from Coral while we were on the show on Wednesday or Thursday. I put a bet on, I think it was Wednesday, that Sheffield United will beat Spurs. I knew it. Played at Bramall Lane, tough place to go, electric atmosphere. Spurs can't handle them sort of grounds to go and play at. Won a bit of money on that. Don't really bet often, but I bet on Spurs to lose that. Knew they would. Today, I knew they would lose. Wolves, another tough place to go. Spurs would crumble. You know, you had 20 odd shots today. And yes, Son hit the ball a couple of times. You had chances, Kulusevski. But then I look at, Lucas Moura getting brought on before Richarlison. What does that say about... what does that say about, how much of a flop Richarlison is? In the World Cup, when he's playing with these superstars, he's dancing like a chicken when he scored against... when his team scored against South Korea. But he hasn't scored a Premier League goal this season, and he cost £60 million. £60 million, Richarlison. And you had Lucas Moura and Emerson Royal come on before him today. And after 83 minutes, they was thinking to themselves, all right, get him on. I think Spurs are in a bad place, mate, and it wouldn't surprise me
if
Liverpool...
We're not bad of a place,
You're in a bad place?
We're fourth.
We're
fourth.
You're fourth.
I mean, we're not Chelsea.
You're fourth. But how long ago Chelsea won a trophy? Spurs aren't going to win a trophy. You brought in Mourinho, couldn't win one, sacked him before the final. You brought in Conte. You were doing cartwheels around Essex when they brought in Conte, thinking that he's going to win this, win that, because he's won trophies in his career. Conte isn't going to win them anything. FA Cup, you rest your best player against Sheffield United, take them easily, and you lose. Spurs are in a bad way, and the best thing about Spurs at the moment is your ground for concerts, Beyonce concerts,
F1.
AJ fights. Spurs need to sort it out, because Liverpool win their 2 games in hand, they go above you.
All right, let's go to Jack.
Sort it out, Jamie.
All right, let's go to Jack, who's a Spurs fan. All right, Jack.
I'm not all right. I'm very hurt and I'm furious. You wanted to switch it off BeIN. Now I wish I could switch it off BeIN at the game. It was awful. We are terrible. We are terrible. We can't pass. We backwards, forwards. We just don't create anything. And I think Conte should go. I think it's time for him to go. I've had enough.
He's not there.
He's not there. That's what I'm saying. Don't even come back. He doesn't need to go.
I don't think he wants to come back, if I'm being honest, Jack. I bet he doesn't want to.
We need to bring the Godfather back. Bring back Pochettino. It's horrible to watch. It's so boring.
What did Pochettino win,
terrible.
Jack?
We're fourth, as Jamie said. It's not about winning. I can't watch it anymore.
It's not about winning.
Terrible.
No, look.
It doesn't. We can't win anyway.
We had a great side with Pochettino.
And what?
I know we didn't win anything, Gabs, but we was consistently there. We finished second. We got to a Champions League final. We was consistently fourth. We played exciting football. So the fans, even though we didn't win anything, the fans loved him, and he did bring good times to Tottenham. Since he's left, where he didn't get backed, and then he had a bad 6 months, and they ended up getting rid of him. Since then, we haven't replaced him. We've tried. Conte's come in, Mourinho's come in, and the football. I have to be honest, Jack, right? There was 4 or 5 games on today up in the office. We get them because we're working in the media. I hardly watched Spurs. I hardly watched them because it's painful to watch. It's painful.
I don't blame you. That's what I'm saying. None of them can win trophies. You're going to play this horrific football, which is the worst. The worst. You've got to win games. And if you don't win games, there's no point having him, because it's just so bad. Like, I'd rather go out with lose 3-2. It's just 10 men behind the ball and try and get him on the counter.
Jack, I totally agree. I remember playing in Spurs sides. Modric, Aaron Lennon, Bale, Berbatov, O'Hara, pinging balls out of play. So Pochettino's ducking on the sideline. But Spurs need to start playing attacking football, better football. Get Maddison in the summer. Get him in the number 10 role. It's because Harry Kane is not going to stay around for this.
No, and I don't blame him. Harry Kane, he can go with my blessing, no problem. But it's just like Jamie said, we are fourth. I shouldn't be phoning up in this moment, fourth in the league and still maybe in the Champions League Wednesday. But it's the football on the eye is so bad, and it is so depressing to go and watch that there's no point having it. go back to where we were, because it's not getting anywhere. And to be honest with you, it's just not worth going. It's terrible. It's terrible.
Jack, top man, I really appreciate your call.